Now, if many years ago you watched Donald Trump in his star-making role in Home Alone 2, you probably came away from that thinking he's an amazing actor. But I think it's a skill that can degrade over time if you don't practice. Because in the clip we're about to show you, he wants to do a scene where he's not directing the DOJ to go after his political opponents. And I don't think he's really delivering the dialogue in a convincing fashion. Take a look.
There's a report that there's a grand jury on Adam Schiff for apparent mortgage fraud. If he is indicted, should he step down as a U.S. Senator?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. I would just say Adam Schiff is one of the lowest forms of scum I've ever dealt with in politics. He's a horrible human being, very dishonest person. I have no idea what's going on. You tell me that he's going to be indicted. I don't know. You could ask Pam. I don't know if she could say it. Probably you are allowed to say it, but I wouldn't know about that. I can only tell you he's a very bad. I think he's actually a sick person. Do you want to talk about that?
We're not going to comment on any grand jury that's open. We can't legally.
I don't know. By the way, I hope it's true, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, sort of gives it away at the end there. But no, I don't know. Again, if you just trust Donald Trump, he doesn't know anything that's going on anywhere in the government. He is sleepier than Joe could ever imagine that he would be. But he turns to Pam Bondi. And Pam Bondi, she doesn't want to say anything about it right there because she's probably expecting that at some point she might face legal charges for what she's been doing here. But you'll notice, of course, that she was smiling like an insane person because she knows her job. She knows who she actually works for. It's not for the government. It's not for the American people. It's for Donald Trump. She's the personal lawyer for Donald Trump. He gave her a very specific list of his enemies that he wants locked up. And I don't know that she's necessarily going to succeed because the charges that they're conjuring up are so incredibly weak, but they are trying. Again, with Adam Schiff, it might be a little bit difficult. The probe has apparently stalled because the federal prosecutors that are investigating the claims of mortgage fraud are saying, like they did with the claims against Comey, they're like, there's nothing here, man. And so what is probably going to happen is they're going to be fired. And Lindsey Halligan or whatever is going to be put in charge. Some other loyalist is going to be put in charge, and they're going to try to make it happen. They're just going to roll the dice on a bunch of his opponents, and most will likely fail because it's nonsense. But they're going to keep trying. And as of right now, I just want to remind everyone: Letitia James, Adam Schiff, Lisa Cook, James Comey, all weirdly coincidentally inside of a 1 month period are all being indicted by grand juries or might soon be. And I will remind everyone of the DM that Grandpops accidentally tweeted out to the world where he listed the specific people that he wanted to go down. He listed the people he wanted to investigate them, and it's all been happening. And this, just in case people are missing it, this is what weaponization of the government looks like in its maximalist form. Bro, what do you think?
Right, so a couple of things. There's a saying that we've mentioned on the show before where with a grand jury, you just talk to a grand jury and list a bunch of stuff and they're like, yeah, I think you might be able to do a trial now. Not that we think he's guilty, but there's enough to do a trial. And the saying is you can indict a ham sandwich because you can find enough bad on a ham sandwich. So for as long as Trump's been saying shifty Schiff, pencil neck Schiff, evil Schiff, bad Schiff, evil, terrible, slimy, scumbag Schiff, I can now pretty much empirically say is less guilty of crime than a ham sandwich. Schiff is a dork. He's cringy, he's annoying, he is a pencil neck. I've seen him in person. He's not as tall as he should be with that whole thing going on, but he does have a giant head and a tiny neck. But he apparently is not as sketchy as a ham sandwich. And Trump, the look on his face, this is the problem with Trump, from a political operative point of view, is he looked like a bored kid after Pam Bondi didn't give him what he wanted, but he also might just be thinking about how he wants to eat a ham sandwich.
Sketchy.
The micro expressions are really engaging. Unfortunately, as that is playing out and he's really good at commanding attention from the news cycle because he's president and has experience being like in the public eye for so long and basically fooling people into thinking he's like this awesome businessman. Unfortunately, while he's doing that, like the country's in shambles.
Yeah.
There are police in the streets rounding folks up. And I've been talking to a lot of people that I just meet randomly about it. And they have woven together all the different tentacles of Trump's rhetoric into them thinking it all makes sense together. But as soon as you start asking like 4 questions, it completely unravels. And they don't know that, but they're so passionate about like, oh, he seems to be doing a good job. The few remaining ones who account for the positive approval, the portion of his approval rating.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, this is just we're both old men. Was that what you called yourself before the show? Like just this press conference. I don't know if the title of the stream is something like the most like deranged press conference he's had. It's just across multiple areas. It's him saying that we do not have the government we had even a year ago. There is no checks, no bounds. He can murder anyone he wants. He can destroy anything he wants. He can personally enrich himself in new ways every single week, every one to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. He can try at least to lock up anyone that's ever even annoyed him a little bit. And we've had bad presidents before, man. Some Republican, some Democrat. George W. Bush was not great, but I was alive during that time. Every day was not like this. And I just hope that we at some point can get back to a time of, if not amazing governance, which seems like a dream at this point, at least not some unique, fresh hell every single day.